You know, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. Look, I guess my generation, the millennials, are cursed because we have this bad habit of uh, gravitating towards nostalgia. And you get, the good and the bad with that. But for the most part, I mean, you get good aspects that company like indie devs try to do, which they try to relive or like not really make the same type of experience, but make a completely new experience that reminds you of, oh well, this is what games used to be. And you get this with like, I don't know if they're indie, like Crimson Desert. You get this with Mouse PI for Hire. You get this a lot of indie games like the Forever Winter, which again, you don't need to reinvent the wheel if it works. But then you get the bad part of, companies using nostalgia as sort of a means to sell a product. So in this case, you have Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which they're completely remade. And at this point, I'm starting to be like, why? Like, just play the old fucking game. Again, play it with all its flaws, right? With all its lack of graphics. Play the fucking game and enjoy it. Because we know, one, with remakes, they try to remove a lot of the people that may, or at best, they add them in this tiny little box at the end of the credits. At worst, they remove things from the game. It effectively becomes a completely different game, and like, it's not like they don't know that this will piss people off. It's that they know it will, but they do it anyway. Like, they remake games like this. They try to justify selling it for $70 for, and I see what this happening in the future, that they add online components to remade games to where if for any reason the game, like, you lose your online whatever the fuck, you can't play the game. Like, this is why they're holding so many games hostage behind their like Xbox Pass, and I think PlayStation has its paid service. And like, I nothing really better, like, there's nothing better that comes from remaking this game. Like, in my eyes, I only see worse things. Okay, maybe the game looks graphically better, but like, we know what the market wants. They don't want remakes of the same fucking thing that you can just go back, play the original. Because personally, if I know something changed in the remake, I won't play it. Like, I'll just play the original. Then I might play the new shit. But probably won't play this because I don't feel like paying no 60 $50 for a, what is it, almost 10-year-old game. Yeah. But, I mean, let's just watch the reveal. I'm not putting my earphones in, so.
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil.
Is it me, or do these particles just look weird? Like, in the older games and engine, like, particles like these would make sense, right? Like, they're effectively just using the fucking PNGs and shit. But for a game with this levels of graphic, why does like the smoke still look fake? Like you can see the sun is clearly shining on this guy, even though it's enveloped by smoke. It's like it's not even there, or like the clouds are not even there, and it just looks weird. Which again, in the older game, you disregarded this. I mean, the game, even like what, 2014? Keep taking a drink. Black Flag was ahead of its time, even in 2014. Like they took like Assassin's Creed 3, you know, a mechanic of that, which was the ship battles, and just made it its own game because people were like, okay, this is cool. Why not have this be the entire game? And that's what they see. It just looks weird because you see the smoke, but it's clearly not like masking the light, and it just looks odd.
But appear to be the devil, and all men will submit.
We're pirates, kid. We take as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't work if you love it.
Like, that just looks... And it looks like a cloudy area. It's just with the sun. Again, this just does not look right to me. Again, the older trailer looked right because you already had it in your head that it was a video game. So there's certain expectations and limitations you have. But this is supposed to be a graphical upgrade. And like, okay, in the cinematics it looks fine. But when they show actual in-game cutscenes, it's like, it's very weird. Like the fire doesn't even really emit light. Yeah, so it's still dark. It's just explosions. And it's like, okay, I care because this is why you want to sell this shit for $60 fucking dollars, but it doesn't even really look realistic. Like the water. Like, you have this pretty damn good looking water, but when you see the ship move through it, it looks like the same way it did in the older game. And it just looks weird. Like, am I shitting on the graphics? Yes, I am. I absolutely am shitting on the graphics. And again, there's something about how he hit this guy that just... Yeah, that... It looks like he jolts back before it even connect. Okay, no. Hey, okay, he's just over dramatic. Never mind. Which, okay, video game. If that's supposed to be like a cutscene or like a sim kill, obviously you'll have over dramatic bullshit. But I'm wondering who the hell asked for it to be remade. This is what game looked like to me back when I played it exactly. Like, when I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag and when I was younger, like, it just looks exactly like that. In a world without gold, we might have been heroes. Godding. Never clicked so fast. Graphics look amazing. Ubisoft picked the right Assassin's Creed to do a remake. 2014 was beautiful, but this is breathtaking. Okay, just a bunch of people glazing it, I suppose. I know Black Flag isn't the most traditional Assassin's Creed game, but it's always been my favorite. Yeah, mine too. You know, this is what Skull and Bones should have been. Honestly, Skull and Bones shouldn't have existed, period. Can't listen to those sea chances again. Well, I think, for what I heard, they had to remove a couple of them because licensing and shit, which, okay, doesn't Ubisoft own them? Well, apparently, they don't own all of them. Time to cry again at the ending. If you know, you know. Morning crew, we eating good. This is the first Assassin's Creed I literally couldn't put down. I'm beyond excited. And again, millennials glazing remakes. Just play the old game. I am so confused as to why people can't just sail the high seas. You know, be what you are in Black Flag just to play the older game. Because I want a precedent where we don't just keep buying remakes and remasters and prequels. Like, we have something new, but not exactly new. Like, what, say, Pragmatic does is not really new, but it is refreshing, and it is curated in a way that, look, it's clearly what the consumer wants in games. Like, people want that type of game. I don't know why Ubisoft can't do that. They're doing the whole Todd Howard thing. And I'm sounding like an old man that's just mad at everything nowadays. I'm starting to understand how my father felt. But, yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. I mean, people just need to get a PC and play old games. Or whip out your old console, whip out your old Xbox or whatever, just play them. You know. Quit buying remakes, quit spending more money on a game that you don't really need to spend any money on just for slightly better graphics and then removing a good portion of the game. I heard they made the whores fat. Like, just made them like fatties. I'm like, they eating better than most people in real life. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about this. Peace.